Aloha, 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 my beautiful and wonderful empaths out there. I'm so excited to have the reading for this week. So we're going to have the reading for May 8th until May 14th. And in this week, we're having one portal day on May 9th. So we're actually riding the wave from this wonderful full moon, this wonderful lunar eclipse that we just had. And I'm hoping that the energies will, relax a little bit into it. It's really an exciting time right now. It's really a lot going on, a lot of transformation happening on all kinds of levels. But as always, I feel it's in a good way, right? And yes, so before we get started, as always, I'd like to start with my announcements. I'd like to invite you all to the Divine Empath Alliance. This is something that I have just created. I have just opened it up because one of the callings that I have been receiving from the spirit world, when it started with me finally, supporting in English, to change my direction and support empaths that are English speakers. When that happened, my whole system, I'm following the guidance of the spirits, and one of the biggest guidance that came with it from the beginning was to create a community for empaths. And so I just opened up the Divine Empath Alliance. I've been looking into that, and I've named it the Divine Empath Alliance because I believe that we all have a divine brilliance within us. We all have that. It's just, a matter of stepping into or uncovering it or discovering that divine brilliance within us. And I want to support you, in creating that for yourself, no matter, however it feels best for you. And to be able to do that, I have opened up the Divine Empath Alliance. It's a free membership. And why do I do it with a membership? I mean, I could have done it just in the Facebook group because there is one. But I am planning on having, guided meditations and certain things for you available in the membership. And I feel best doing this in a closed membership area. And then having the Facebook group for us to communicate, to interact. And especially because, I want to do, maybe you have seen me on Instagram. Maybe you have seen that I do a 5-minute, setting the intention for the week on Mondays and the weekly wind down on Fridays. And I want to start doing those live in the Facebook group only. I'm doing them right now. I'm doing them at the moment. I'm still doing them in Instagram as well. But so we have those two places, but there will be things that I will only be offering inside of the Facebook group and also only inside of the membership. That's why I recommend for you to register to the membership. We're just getting started. So you'll have the details in the show notes or in the description of this video. So that if you feel, a calling, if you're an overwhelmed empath and you feel like you want to take this into a different direction, you want to finally, find solutions, long-lasting solutions, for protecting yourself against energies that you don't want to have. And I'm saying it in the way that I used to feel them. I want to start, giving you tools and show you how what I did to actually get long lasting results, not just short term, because this is something that a lot of us I think know, short term ways on how to protect ourselves energetically, but to have them in a long lasting way. And I want to show you how to release, because there's we have so many things, and the more we release our own stories, our own patterns. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I do these readings, because I want you to, to see and transform and heal, all the stories inside of you. The more you do that, the more you will be able to really master the energy surrounding you. And I want to create a safe space where we can do that together, in this wonderful Divine Empath Alliance. So this is the invitation. I want you to have that. And if you'd like, find the registration button in the show notes and in the description. I'm very much looking forward to have you there and to create this wonderful community for all of us empaths and highly sensitives. All right, my dear ones. So for those of you listening in, we have the flowers with the personal messages. We have the rainbow flower on the left side, the white flower in the center, and the purple flower on the right hand side. Take a moment, take a deep breath. I'm going to use this to set the intention for us for this reading. Ah, dear ancestors, dear spirit guides, dear universe, dear source, all the energies out there supporting us. I invite you in for this reading to help us, guide us, and let us know what it is that we need to be mindful of and take care of in this week. Take a deep breath and feel into which and how many of the flowers resonate with you. If you need some more time, pause the video or the audio. And then we're going to get started. And as always, I have on the top left pile, we're going to have the message of the portal day on May 9th. And on the top right, we're having the overall message for all of us for this week of May 8th until May 14th. All right, let's get started. Here we go we're starting with an affirmation that we have here from the affirmation cards, the super attractor cards from Gabby Bernstein. In case you're interested in any of the cards, I'm going to put a link to, the Amazon link below the video in the show notes. If you want to, if you say, wow, those are beautiful, I want to have them too. Go ahead. You'll find them in the link below. My greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force. They come through freedom. Ooh, I love this so much. I love this so much. We could actually, this could actually, be the, be part of the manifest for the Divine Empath Alliance. And now that I'm just saying it, I'm thinking maybe maybe I'm going to ask Spirit to give us sort of a manifest for the whole alliance for us to go on, because this is one of the things, and I am grateful for this portal day showing us this, especially after the week that we just had, with the lunar eclipse and everything, because the best shifts that we can do is when we surrender, when we release, when we really relax into the things. One of the things that I always say, especially as empaths and highly sensitives, the more we learn to allow the energies to go through our system, the better we're going to be able to work with them and to create magic with them. To tell you the truth, that's how I have, I have seen it for myself. That's how I have felt it. That's how I've seen it, happen with other people. The more we relax into the surrender, the more we trust, but on the other hand, also focus intentionally the energy, the better we can really create, whatever we want to have. And that comes through that freedom that we let go of these old stories, of the old paradigms, the old, old things, beliefs that we have. The more we do that, the more freedom we gain, the more connection we get to, to our spiritual support that we have out there. Very beautiful. So that's something we're receiving for this Tuesday. And then we have, well, all paths lead home. Look at this beautiful cards. For those of you not seeing it, it's a little bit sort of like a stone circle, but also with large stones in the middle that look a little bit like part of Stonehenge. And we have all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And there we go. This basically confirms the card, the first card we just had, to really, go inside of us, look into this knowledge that we have, into the intuition that we have, because we have that strength inside of us. And then we have faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. And here we go again with the faith, having that trust to your spiritual guidance, and see and trust also in the good. So if there's something that is making you afraid, if there is something that is, giving you fear or bringing out your own fear, look at it. Look at your fear and see what wants to be healed. And also something that I have noticed for myself, fear, You know, fear is actually like darkness to light. You know, there is no physical darkness. It's only the absence of light. And the same is with fear. Fear is the absence of love. So what can you do if there are things that are making you afraid, that are making you fearful? And here you have in the center of this card, that's why I was just showing it for those of you looking at it, there's this blue heart, sort of, that looks like a little vessel, you know, like something for a perfume. So that's the faith that we have inside of our hearts. That's the faith that we have, and that's the love that comes in. The more faith I have, the less fear I'm going to have, because it's filled with the love, right? So believe in the good thing that is surrounding us. And as a final card we have today, we have the ancestors, and it's protection protection guardian. Drop your shields. Wow. I have to breathe that in. Drop your shields. And again, that also feels a little bit like a manifest that we could use for our Divine Empath Alliance, because the less we fight the energies and the more we embrace them, the more we are able to really, truly work with them, truly create magic, and the less resistance we have against them, the more freedom we're going to feel, and again, the less blocks we're going to have, because resistance towards the energies, resistance towards our own gift of being an empath is a block for itself. And by resisting the energies, the emotions that we feel, the more blocks do we create, the bigger the walls we are creating around us that are not helping us, come out, that are not helping us become the divine empath, the divine brilliance, and stand in our divine brilliance. Right? So this is a huge thing. That's why thank you, dear ancestors, for this wonderful card right now. Understanding this for us, it's very important to not fight what we have. And we're being called to, to bring out more our intuition. So stop fighting what wants to come out of you, what wants to come out from your deepest intuition inside of you. Very beautiful. So this is what the portal day is bringing us on Tuesday. And now we're going to look into the general cards for this week. And let's see what we have here. We're going to get started with, I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. Oh, thank you so much. I always love when this card comes, and I know it's been coming very often because I believe it's important for us to hear. I mean, you probably know, as everybody else that does cards, I just put them in there. And if certain cards come back to us over and over again, it's because they want us to hear them as often as possible, because apparently that's what we need to heal at this moment for ourselves. And it is that we are allowed to feel good. I know there's so many things happening, around the whole world, in the micro and in the macro and in the microcosmos of everybody. It could be your close friends, or it could be, the whole world politics that we're having at the moment. And there's a lot of things being rattled. And, sometimes within all of this, it feels weird for us, maybe, because we have been working on ourselves, because we're centered. It feels weird that we're the only ones actually, relaxed and feeling good, and not letting ourselves, be dragged into fearful thoughts and worry and, the whole drama of it. So, that's important. But within all of this, we don't allow ourselves to be happy within this. We don't allow ourselves to feel good, because we are afraid maybe that someone else is going to be angry, because why am I feeling good? Why is everybody else is feeling bad? So why am I not allowed? Why am I the only one smiling in the middle of everybody? But hey, it's okay. And we are allowed to feel good, because we're the ones that are shifting the energy. We're the ones creating this space, and we need to create a space where happiness and and, you know, feeling good resides, so that everybody else can find a space for them as well. You know, we're like the lighthouses of our communities. And then we have from the Starseed cards, Earth pulsing, pulse of Mother, slow down, time in nature. So for those of you who are able to, you know, find a moment in nature, go out and be, you know, just connect to nature. I don't know if I told you guys, but I actually just recently found a very beautiful, magical place in the forest near where I live. And it's actually like a little altar, and just in the middle, in the middle of a circle of trees, and it's really beautiful. So, you know, just be open-minded whenever you go into forests or into your, you know, natural realm surrounding you, no matter if it's, you know, if it's forest, if it's a jungle, if it's, well, I mean, the places where you can go, you know, like maybe it's just a park in your city, but look out for it. Just feel, you know, get your feelers out there and see if you get connected to whatever's happening there, and you'll find those places close to you. You'll find them. It's very beautiful. And if you don't have too much nature surrounding you, because you might be in a city where there is not much nature, allow yourself to create that space at home. You can connect to nature with, you know, with your plants that you have inside the house. And if you don't have too many plants, which is also completely fine, meditate. You know, there are so many wonderful meditations. By the way, we are going to start creating more and more meditations inside of the Alliance on a monthly basis. So just FYI, I hope that at some point I'll be able, when we get this card, I'll be able to say, hey, in case you don't have nature surrounding you, I'll have a guided meditation for you. I'm still working on that. Give me some time. But for now, you can just YouTube it. Maybe YouTube whatever you can find about this. You know, how to connect with nature, how to go in there. And then we have the wonderful Brigitte, inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. You have the power. I love that. Connect to your wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. I'm really loving this because I remember, I still remember the resistance I had when I started reading about this. You know, there's unlimited energy out there, and we all have the power within us. And I was like, no way. How many times do I feel powerless? How many times do I feel exhausted and like nothing works? And then I learned it, and it's like, oh my God, yeah, it's there. The power is there. We have the unlimited power inside of us. If at some moments we feel powerless, maybe it's not the right direction for us to go. If we feel like we can't do something, maybe it's not the right direction for us to go. And so if we start looking at that, whatever we feel like we have the strength and it just flows out of us, that's the direction we should go. And if something's not working out, it doesn't mean that it's never the right direction. I'm not saying that. It just might not be the right time. That's another thing. Sometimes we feel powerless with certain things because it's just not the right time. You know, come back an hour, a day later, a week later, maybe a month later, and see what happens and see if there you have the strength, right? So it's always very important for you to recognize that you have the strength. There's always enough energy. That's by the way, that's also one of the reasons why I don't like the term of energy vampires, because I believe there's so much energy everywhere that we can't really steal it from other people. But I will have, you know, I will have more info on that in the future, because it's just, it will be too long for this video. But I want you to know that for now, there is, you know, you have that energy inside of you. And if something tells you that you feel drained or that it's not a good energy, then maybe it's time for you to either take a break from that person, or time for you to, you know, like I said, take a different direction, or maybe it's just not the right time at this moment to do whatever you wanted to do. All right, wow, we're going deep today, and here we go. Oh my God, the ancestors have a double card for us. So we have, for starters, the wonderful Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. And thank you for this card, because it just reminds me that I forgot to tell you one thing. We're still in Mercury retrograde, and we are still in Pluto retrograde, right? So we have Pluto with the financial topics, but it's also this time around Pluto is actually telling us to relax into the energy. And Mercury retrograde, as always, has to do with communication. And I'm grateful, and that's why this Peacekeeper is reminding me, because there is this topic of letting go, the need to be right. And that's one of the things that I've noticed all the time, every time we have Mercury retrograde. The miscommunications happen because something inside of us wants to be right. And so we start discussing, and we start, telling everybody, but I wanted it this way. Why didn't you do it this way? And why don't you understand me? And so again, another thing where I will be doing an extra episode for this to go more deeper. But for now, this card basically represents the Mercury retrograde. So it's about for us to be mindful with everything that has to do with communication, but also allow yourself to let go of the need to be right. That's one point. And the second one that we have here from the ancestors is Eagle. See from a higher perspective. And see how these two cards really match together, because it's about, looking at the higher perspective. Don't be too, can you say micromanagey about it? So don't be, don't go too little into detail. Look at the higher perspective. Do you have to fight it out, or is it okay for you to trust in the good in humanity, like we have over here from the portal days? All right, I love that the ancestors are having our cards here. So this was everything for all of us. I think it's very beautiful, and it's a very good way of, riding the wave out from this lunar eclipse that we just had. And now we're going to go into the personal cards. So if you resonated with the rainbow color flower, we're going to go into your messages right now. And we're starting with the Super Attractor card. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. Here we go. I mean, there's not much more I have to say. Align yourself with love as much as possible. And again, this is also like, because we just had it, when something fearful comes up, align yourself with love. Ask yourself, where is love missing here? Why am I afraid of this? Where can I put love in? And as always, if you feel like if you can't find because sometimes our minds don't give us the solution, so we need an energetic one. Imagine yourself pouring love into that fear that you're having right now. That is going to work wonders. Again, something that we'll probably have in the Divine Empath Alliance. Here we go. Earth, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Wow, learning how to be human, but not of it. Earth, you are Earth. You are a starseed. That's why the starseed card's in there. You are a starseed, and you're here on this planet, and it's okay for us to be human. I feel like sometimes we forget, and we tend for us to be too perfect. But we are allowed to have human experiences here, for starters. But remind yourself also that you're not just from here. You are a spiritual being. And as a spiritual being, you can create magic with energy. It's about mastering the energies. And you are a master of the energies. You have this wonderful divine brilliance inside of you. You just have to step into it, discover it, uncover it. But remind yourself, it's okay. Even with your divine brilliance, you are allowed to be human and to have human experiences. And then we have the El Moria Awakening Presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Awakening Presence from El Moria. So also, again, here, you are protected. Their universe is there with you. It's supporting every path of the way. Beautiful. And the ancestors are telling you, Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. And I really love this card from the ancestors because, it shows this wonderful, beautiful woman holding the earth as her pregnant belly. And, she's holding it, she's comforting it. So remind yourself of that, of where you come from, and that the universe, I mean, especially for you, we just had here Almoria telling you that the universe is always for you, with you. And then you have the beautiful Mother Earth that is holding you as well. She's holding you because you're here. You're okay. It's okay for you to be here with whatever experiences you have, you know. You're allowed to be here, and the universe is holding you, and Mother Earth is holding you. You are being held. Very beautiful. All right. If the white flower resonated with you, we're going to get into your personal message here. And we're starting here too. I am patient. Oh, see, another pregnant belly. I am patient, knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. So for you too, my darling, my beautiful darling, this is for you too. I am patient, knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. Trust in that, my darling. Something inside of you might be doubting it, but don't. It's all good. And then from the starseeds, we have a new earth is happening. Keep holding the vision. Keep holding the vision. See, here we go. For you this week, it's going to be important. Keep holding the vision. There is a new earth. We are the ones holding and transforming that energy. And we're doing it best when we heal and transform ourselves. So keep holding the vision of what kind of world you would like to see. How does that feel? And bring that energy back into your life as often as possible. And then we have Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. So follow what you think and feel is right. Go for that. See, that doesn't need anything more. Oh, wow. You have a double Elders card as well. Here we go. Spring. See your seeds grow. Oh, watch that. That's so beautiful. See your seeds grow. So that's going to be important for you this week. Watch out for everything that you have, you know, all the seeds you have thrown out there. And watch how that becomes bigger. And the other one is autumn. Release the old and rest. So at the same time as you're watching things grow in your life, also allow yourself to, you know, to release whatever is not necessary anymore and find your own resting moments, you know. And I love that because it's sort of like making space for the new. When we release things, we create space for the new. And in this case, the new is actually all the seeds that you already planted are now coming to fruition. Very beautiful. And then we have here, if the purple flower was yours, this is your personal message. And we have, when I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. So for you, it's going to be important to connect with your spiritual realm, whatever it is that helps you best. If it is meditating, if it is, you know, having conversations with certain kind of people, if it is listening to certain things, you know, I get inspired with everything around me. And, you know, I will, you know, sometimes I'm even watching a Netflix, you know, series or movie, and suddenly I have an aha moment. I'm like, oh my God, okay, so that's it, right? So allow yourself to be guided in whatever you do throughout the day and to be connected to the spirit world. That is going to be important for you, my dear. And then we have the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be seen. So bring out all the beauty inside of you. You have so much beauty that wants to be seen. So bring that out, my darling. Bring that out, my beautiful darling. And then we have the Diana for you. Focused intention. Here we go. For you as well. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. The more you do that, the more you are going to start attracting the things that you truly desire. And a little side note, or maybe the spirits want you to know this. The best way to set intentions and to actually manifest them into your life is not by just writing them down in the morning and in the evening. It's by actually feeling into them throughout the whole day. Because, you know, one of the reasons why a lot of times manifestations don't work is because we do them in the morning and in the evening, but throughout the day, we're still in the lack mentality. We're still, in the fear mentality. So we don't. But the more we remind ourselves to set the intention, and that's one of the reasons why I created the intentions on Mondays that I'm doing with you, is because I want you to set an intention for the week every week. Yeah, to be accountable for it. Do it every week. Set it as often as possible. And once you set it on the Mondays, take them with you into the week and remind yourself as often as possible. That's the intention I have. How can I live that? How can I create that even more? And that is what this card is calling us to do, or calling you especially to do. Beautiful. And the ancestors. Wow, look at that. The star ancestors. Follow the voice of your soul. Wow. So for you too, my darling, go in there. Go feel yourself. Go listen into whatever is coming, what wants to come out of you. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what's inside of you that wants to be heard. It's beautiful. Right? So allow yourself, connect yourself with your star ancestors and follow that voice of your soul, because it's out there. There we go, my darlings. I hope you liked today's reading. I hope this inspiration gave you a little bit insight of how to be mindful with the energies for this week. And I hope to see you inside of the Divine Empath Alliance, so that we can start creating this wonderful community of empaths out there. With all of this, my dear, beautiful empaths, I wish you a wonderful week. Allow yourself to really just ride this wave out that we just had. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of things that we're going to be focused on, working on, but the more you focus on it as riding the wave out of this, of this full moon that we just had, the easier it's going to be. Like I said in the beginning, relax. The more you relax into it, the better and easier it's going to be. All right, my beautiful beamings out there, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Enjoy, and as always, serve your energy wave. Bye-bye.